The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Q101?
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the Morning Crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. I want to start right away with a question for our crew members. I want you really to chime in and help me out with this one. It's 312-591-8300. Kenzie, you don't know about this either, so I want you to help as well.
Okay.
Found myself yesterday outside right when that massive downpour happened and probably flooded more people's basements in the west side again because that's been underwater for about 2 weeks, the west side, and no one seems to care about it. But this is something that I cared about and made me maybe relate to you a little bit because I don't have a basement, so nothing flooded. I found myself at the Republican restaurant in the West Loop. Do you know where that is? Publican?
what? Publican?
Publican, you ever heard of that place?
No.
It's delicious. It's unbelievable. The meats and the breads, and they have the best sourdough bread on earth.
It's in the West Loop?
West Loop.
I can't believe I haven't gone there.
Yeah, you're a West Loop girl. I mean, you don't live there, but you know it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
used to. We used to live there, me
Do
and
you-
my husband.
Do you like sourdough bread?
I do.
Is it your favorite kind of bread?
No.
Oh.
Why?
It's my favorite kind of bread.
Really?
And the Publican sourdough bread, they actually sell it separately from the restaurant. You can go get the bakery and get it, is the best sourdough bread on earth. That's not a Q review. That's a fact. Yeah, I don't need to sell you anymore on it. It's the best bread ever.
Okay. At the Republican? What is it called?
It's called Publican.
Okay.
It's not the Republican.
That's what I keep hearing.
So I find myself there, and that massive downpour hit at about 3 o'clock yesterday, and that's when it flooded people's basements and ruined trees and knocked over things on cars. But I'm carrying this delicious bread to get home.
Okay.
And my car was 6 blocks away because I couldn't find parking. The bread got doused. It's like $9 for a loaf. It's very expensive because it's good, you know? So I go home, and I'm determined to salvage this bread. So they had it pre-cut, thank God. I laid it out like kind of dollar bills, like if you wanted the, poker hand. I laid all the bread out on the island and let it try to dry, and it wasn't working. So I put the bread, 2 slices at least. I got to make a sandwich out of this to save it in the toaster while it was wet. The bread was soggy wet, but I put it in the toaster.
Yeah.
And things didn't end well. Now I need a new toaster.
Did you get electrocuted?
No, but the bread did. The bread's gone. The bread's gone. The toaster's gone. The circuit shut off in the house. I have to go flip the circuit breakers and get the electricity back on.
Do you have a gas grill?
No.
Or not a grill, a stovetop?
I do.
So you could use the flame on the stovetop. That would have helped.
Where were you yesterday?
We didn't even text me.
I didn't text. I didn't. I was too focused on. I thought I was right in that decision, so I apologize. But so that was my yesterday after the show. So I destroyed a toaster, almost electrocuted myself, but I did electrocute the bread. It's dead. I had to flip the circuit breakers in the house, and I lost $9 on the bread, and probably, I don't know what our toaster cost, like $27. I don't know. I'm going to Prime today to get a new toaster.
Was Megan mad at you?
She was sleeping. She took a little nap.
She took a nap.
She took
You're
a nap.
Usually a napper.
I know. She was a little under the weather, took a little nap, and then I had to explain it to her.
She probably woke up to the smoke detector going off.
It wasn't quite smoke to the situation, but the light was off where she was taking a nap, and so she didn't know the whole situation.
Like everything flickering.
If I don't come home with a good toaster and new bread, by the way, I could probably make a trip over there and get the bread back again. I'm not going to be welcome
Didn't
in
it
the
come
house.
in a bag? Would you just raw dog the bread outside? How did it get so wet?
It's a paper bag because it's kind of, craft bread, if you will.
They didn't see it downpouring? They couldn't have thrown a double bagged?
I didn't ask for the plastic. I didn't double bag either on that. I didn't ask for a condom for the bread on the way out.
You should have. You saw the storm.
A lot of regrets. A lot of regrets right now.
Did you put it under your shirt?
No.
You're useless. You didn't do anything?
I didn't do anything, but hey, that was my Tuesday. How was yours?
It was fine, but we were like an old couple last night. We yelled at our neighbors.
Oh, I want to hear about that. You yelled at your neighbors in Elgin?
Yes.
Oh, okay, hold up.
Okay.
Everybody, we'll talk about that in just a couple
We were
minutes.
so old last night. We were so curmudgeon-y.
Oh, I want to hear about that. And you guys check in, 312-591-8300. How was your Tuesday?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, I already explained my Tuesday where I lost a loaf of sourdough bread in the rain. It got all soggy and I broke my toaster trying to dry it. I want to thank Chef Sean, one of our crew members, for starting a GoFundMe on that one. I appreciate it. The $9 bread.
My God.
It's $9.
And your toaster.
And the toaster.
I mean, you really took like a $30 hit there.
I took a big hit yesterday. Thank God for Amazon Prime. I got a new toaster today. But
And this job doesn't pay as well as one may think.
not at all. But, however, Kenzie maybe tops me with yesterday's Tuesday. What you did. Did you yell at a neighbor?
Oh my God. We were just like an old couple last night. So, obviously with this job, we go to bed a little earlier than some adults.
Yeah.
Okay. And I used to be a night person, but I just can't do it because I wake up at 3 to be here.
Uh-huh.
What time do you get up?
I get up at 3 as well.
There you go.
I just get
Okay.
here quicker than you because I live like a lot
You
closer
live
than
very
Elgin.
close. Yeah, we're getting up at the same time. I'm just showing up an hour after you. It's an hour commute. So,
Yeah, for sure.
There you go. So I'm trying to be like in my bed by 9. I didn't know other people aren't. That's no problem. So we have neighbors behind us. We are separated by a pond, but it's the very skinny part of the pond. So it's like being across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Same difference. So they're new. So they need to watch it. These are new people to the neighborhood.
In the last year, they moved in.
Yes, they built the house and moved in.
Oh, boy.
So they're super new to this block,
House
baby.
builders.
Yeah. And I don't know how they do it, but every night they have a party. Every night. It's like the neighborhood joke. We're like, what is going on? Because the entire back of their house is glass, and they have every light in the house on, and there's always like 40 people in it. I work in media, and I wouldn't know that many people to always have over, but they always do.
Who moved in? Poison?
I'm serious. And like all week long. Like it was so last night, Tuesday, they're bumping. I can hear music. That's fine. Do what you want. It's summer. Have people over. Never, ever, ever been mad about it. Ever. It's just funny because it's like, how do you still have people? Who hasn't seen your house yet? Like,
Yeah.
everybody's seen it. So
Before you continue, there really are some people out there living their best life, and you wonder how they have a job, how
I
they
don't get it.
pay bills, and I'm jealous of them. I'm jealous that they can live like that.
I'm also getting the vibe that they don't have kids because they're doing this, which our neighborhood is so kid.
Yeah.
Like it is a kid neighborhood. There's an elementary school in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
I would never. It's beautiful. For $1 million, I wouldn't live in that neighborhood if I didn't have kids because there's no escaping them. If you chose not to have kids in life, this is just not the neighborhood for you.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, part of me is like, I don't know why you'd even want to live here. I would have built somewhere else if you don't want to be around kids.
A lot of room in Elgin for a party pad.
You know, like I would have purchased a field, baby,
Yeah.
for the way they act, but no problem. They seem nice. Everything's great. So last night, we're in bed, and scares the crap out of me and my husband. At 9:45, they start a fireworks show. And you know what? If it was the weekend and I
Yeah.
went to bed early, that's on me.
Right.
It's the weekend. I get it. You're talking Labor Day, Memorial Day weekend, 4th of July. 4th of July was on a Tuesday, and fireworks kept me up till midnight.
Sure.
I understand.
Yep.
I'm not one of these people. But it is July 11th, you piece of crap, at 9:45. And this is, again, a neighborhood full of young families. Do you know how many babies lost their mind last night, including me? I was so angry. And it went off for like 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, it's fine.
These were obviously leftovers.
Probably.
They had to be leftovers. You
Probably.
know,
Okay. And they're behind our house. You know how loud it is? It's not like a mumble.
Right.
If it was a distant mumble, I literally... Like,
It's
I
actual
peed a
audio.
little.
Actual
Like, it
audio from
scared-
last night at Kenzie's
It
house.
scared the hell out of me. So it goes on for about 5 minutes. Okay.
Oh, God.
And my husband's like, what the hell? And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. Fine.
Yep.
They take like a 5-minute break. They do it again. So we wake up a second time. It's now like 10 at night on a Tuesday, July 11th.
Yep.
I'm like, I hear dogs barking. I hear kids screaming. Then this is just not the neighborhood. When I lived downtown and this happened, it didn't matter. This is a single city, baby.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yep.
It's about your environment.
Yep,
Okay.
yep,
It's
yep.
like I'm not against thong swimsuits, but not at the community pool.
Uh-huh.
Right? It's all about your environment.
Right.
And this is not the environment. Just because you don't have kids, you moved into an all kids zone. And you know that. There's a playground every 4 seconds here. Like that's what it's about. And my husband gets up and yells out of the window.
Oh.
He was so angry because now it's turning into like a 15 to 20 minute ordeal.
Yeah, they
right?
took a break to get another beer, bathroom break, everybody come back out.
Like people went inside to go
Yeah.
leave him alone. It was 5. Dude, we woke up a second time. And seriously, dogs are barking. It looked like a movie where house lights are going on because we were like, what the hell? And it's so loud right over the pond like that.
Yeah.
They're surrounded by other people. They're not at the end of a block or anything. It was actually super, super rude in our neighborhood. Again, Friday night, too bad. I went to bed early. That's on me. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So imitate your husband, open the window and yell it out the window.
He opens the window and goes, okay, that's enough. And then he goes, I'm calling the cops if you do it again.
Did he really say that? Oh,
And I'm like, oh my God, get back in bed, get back in bed. And then they stop, and I don't hear this because I didn't go to the window, but he's like, they're speaking a different language. You think it's Spanish? Maybe you should yell it in Spanish. Like, I'm not yelling it in Spanish. Get in bed. And then I go listen, and I go, it's not even Spanish. They're like speaking Polish or something. I'm like, you haven't picked up on an ounce of Spanish? You can't tell that zero Spanish is happening?
Isn't he Mexican?
Yes.
What is going on?
He's the worst Mexican. I love him. He can't make guacamole. He can't make like I mix, and I'm like, come on, babe.
Yeah.
You're not out here repping us correctly.
Right.
I'm like, that is literally, I think it's Russian. Like, what do you mean is it Spanish? Go to bed. I was so mad.
How would you yell that in Spanish? Stop enough with the fireworks. I'm calling the cops.
I would be like that's enough. Like, eso es suficiente. Voy a llamar a la policía.
And they went up and said, screw it.
Yeah.
Did they eventually stop then after that then?
Then they did stop. And I don't know if they, I don't know what language they were speaking.
If they understood your husband, your Mexican husband screaming English to them, not knowing if it was Spanish or not.
Like and then I had to go listen because like, is it Spanish? Because it wasn't given Mexicana vibes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it's Polish.
Oh my God.
It was,
Holy cow. Well, listen, if you have those leftover fireworks, you don't have to blow them all off. It's okay. Let it go. And that was Wednesday. That was,
if you have extras, just wait till the weekend. That's fine.
Just wait till the weekend. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. How was your Tuesday?
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, time for a fact that makes your brain just go, oh, excuse me? Excuse me?
There you go.
Fireworks like from last night around Kenzie's house in Elgin. Maybe you heard them too. Okay. You ever wonder where hamsters come from?
I mean, it's not something I've sat up and thought about it.
Yeah, you said no. I think you think about everything evolves and something came from fish eventually and made it to feet eventually after millions of years and walked on land. And
I never once thought they came from fish first. I just want to clear that up.
well, you're on the right path with that because
Okay.
How about this for a fact? Every single hamster in the world is descendant from a pair of hamsters in Syria in the 1930s who were brother and sister.
So they've done nothing this whole time? Like every other animal looks so different. Hamsters just no evolution.
It's 100 years, almost. No evolution. It just came from a brother and sister. Now, I don't have the picture of that brother and sister, so maybe they
What do
do.
you mean they came from a brother and sister?
Hey, with hamsters.
What do you mean?
When hamsters, incest is best when it's kept in the family.
Keep the bloodline pure?
And that's a fact that makes your brain blow up. You remember that. You're going to tell somebody that today. I want you to tell the first person you go into
From
work today.
Syria?
From Syria. It was a brother and sister hamster. That's where all the hamsters come from in the world. So please, all our crew members out there, when you go to work today or your first person you talk to.
Who was their mom?
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, they
wait
were
a minute.
brother and sister.
Well, I'm not saying that it was like Adam and Eve. Like there was a mom hamster somewhere.
And then they created a brother and sister hamster.
But you kind of are like really raising it up there. That's the fact. But who created the mom? And then or the dad?
This is the chicken or the egg. This is the new one. Who came first, the brother, the sister, or the mom?
Okay, I'm going to go on a deep dive. And tomorrow, I promise you we'll have more hamster stats.
Okay, I hope so.
Because
this has left me with questions I never thought I'd have about hamsters.
that's what we try to do here with Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. Coming up after garbage, are you on Threads yet? 100 million people have already signed up for Threads, which is the Twitter competitor. And I got some interesting stuff about battery life related to Threads we'll get into coming up after garbage. It's Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
on Q101.
100 million people have signed up for Threads.
Because
Which,
it prompts you.
yeah, it's pretty easy to do. Now, it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Threads is, of course, if you're new to it, is the Twitter competitor that Facebook/Meta, whatever the hell you want to call them, that Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are going at it. So
Yes.
Threads is competition to Twitter. I go on Twitter a lot for my news, kind of a habit thing for me with Facebook, Instagram, and then Twitter. But I made a Threads. It's just the same thing all my social media is. It's at Brian J. Haddad. It's a little tougher. Kenzie's is
Shameless
probably
plug.
yours is probably easier. What's yours? Is Kenzie K?
Kenzie K on air.
Yeah. So make sure you follow us as long as
Not to be confused for Kenzie Conair, which apparently a lot of people think my last name is Conair. Like it's just Kenzie K on air.
I guess
You're
both of ours are tough. I mean, I had to use Brian J. Haddad, Haddad, because there's another Brian out there that took Brian Haddad out there that took it.
Well, you're not the only Brian Haddad.
It's very rare. I couldn't believe it, but he took it up there, so I had to go Brian J. My middle initial.
Oh.
And
See,
yours?
I just went with more of like a broadcasting angle because that's what I do on socials, anyways. I'm like,
Kenzie K
that's-
on air.
So Kenzie K on air.
There you go.
On somewhere, probably.
Could be in her car, still on the air.
Yep.
So, of course, you follow Q101, all our stuff there, of course. But 100 million in like a week and a half? And obviously, that's the highest and fastest ever. But they did make it really easy, like you said. You just go to your Instagram.
Yeah, because I would love to see the stat on how many people are truly, actively, aggressively using the platform.
Well, I can tell you
Because
that.
Oh, you can.
Well, I can tell you this, that Twitter's traffic is, quote, tanking since Threads started a week and a half ago, which is direct competitor, same kind of vibe, same kind of platform as Twitter. But people are liking it because less hate, less weird stuff going on Twitter, the things that get
Give it like
accused
a
of.
week until enough people get on there and enough bots get on there.
Exactly.
Because TikTok used to be super fun. It was just a lawless place with weird videos. And now
Yeah.
it's like, hey guys. It's like, oh God.
Right.
It used to just be dumb videos like Vine. Remember how Vine was just stupid stuff?
Loved Vine.
TikTok was that. It was dumb videos. It was hilarious. And now, half of it's, I want to speak on this controversy. I'm like, oh God, get off the app. If you don't have a recipe or something funny.
Now, someone put up something about Threads that might keep you off it. It's not political and not any that kind of that crap. They put a post up of the battery usage on their phone. And it looked like that Threads, like Twitter was 12% of their battery usage, but Threads was 53%. So it uses more. But I guess I don't know for sure. And if there's a tech person out there better than me that knows that, is it just the thing you use more? Because I just went to mine on my phone. You go to settings, and then battery life just kind of comes up there when you scroll down.
So you're asking, is the battery life how much this sucks out, or is it based on how much time you spend on it?
That's what I don't understand, because mine has Facebook at 22% of my battery usage, Instagram at 20%, messages is 14%, FaceTime.
How is your messages at 14%?
Oh, I'll do yours then real quick. So go to yours.
What is it? Where is it?
Go to settings on your phone from the start menu. And
Where?
it depends on what you have to do. It might just scroll down and look for battery. And
Battery.
you see it?
We should have talked this over before we went live on air.
But you have it, though?
Oh, there it is.
Okay, now it says scroll down, and it'll say what's using the most by your app on your phone.
Okay, I have Instagram 36. So this is a debunker because how much is yours?
20%.
Okay, so this is based on usage. Safari at 19 for me.
Safari?
At 19, baby.
Why aren't you on Chrome?
Because I've heard that that's bad. It's just already there. I don't know. So, all right. Messages 9. Like messages, like not the messenger.
Yeah,
The
messages.
9.
So I beat you on messages at 14% of battery life.
Oh, I thought your messenger was at 4. I'm like, you're a hoe.
Oh, no.
Who are you talking to on there?
Hey, you look hot. Want to chat?
Yeah, exactly. My home and lock screen is at 4%.
So my home and lock screen is at 6%. That sucks. Just that. Do you use FaceTime?
My Amazon is I've got FaceTime isn't even charting.
Well, I FaceTime my mom a lot to show her the baby, so
My
it's at 8%.
calendar is charting and my FaceTime isn't.
Your calendar?
Listen, I got a kid, man.
What the
And it
hell?
should be my number one app is calendar. These things, these kids are in everything.
Okay.
It's unbelievable. Email, Find My is charting at 1% because I lose my AirPods.
See, Find My phone doesn't come up anywhere on my
Oh
thing.
my God.
Good Lord.
So we figured Amazon's at 3%.
Yeah.
TikTok's not even on here. I stopped using TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok's gone for me too.
I went back to Pinterest because there's no talking.
Pinterest. My camera's at 6%.
What? Because you're taking pictures of Harper?
I
or
get
because of all your D pics?
I don't.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, we asked you to text in a picture of your battery usage. You go to settings, just hit battery, and it shows up what on your phone, what apps are sucking the most battery out, because there was rumors that Threads did, but really it was just someone that uses Threads to get started up here with the 100 million people that did it. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. John checked in, and sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say what was so funny is this person was complaining about how much battery Threads took.
Yep.
But it's about personal usage. He was just on Threads a lot.
Yeah, if you use it more, that's what sucks your battery on your phone.
He's on it all day. Like, this piece of crap's using all my battery.
Just hit your little text, then a screenshot of it. For example, Facebook seems to be everybody's. People say, oh, no, I'm not on Facebook anymore, but everybody's on Facebook still more than anything else.
You gotta check on your parents.
Yeah. And this guy's interesting. So on his top 3, his Nest cameras are 8% of his battery.
I love that. I want to see my husband so bad now because we have solar panels. And all he does is, and they're connected to an app.
What?
And he gets to see how much energy we're getting and how much we're using. And he's obsessed. He'll be like, was the oven on for a long time? Is that what that is? Because it pops up in bubbles of energy usage. He goes, we're using a lot of energy right now. Is the oven on? What's on? He walks in the house like Nancy Drew, trying to figure out what needs to be unplugged because he loves when we get more energy from the sun than we use. I bet he has the nerdiest amount. He's always on Ring doorbell.
Well, go get your husband's today. You bring it back tomorrow. Text it in there and post it with everybody else is on Facebook. We got a link up there to post them.
Now, what's interesting with this guy, though, who sent one in, is his says Snapchat, but in like parentheses it says background activity.
Oh, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
Does that mean
Does that mean he doesn't close it out?
Yeah.
Or does that mean it just admits when you're doing something sketchy automatically?
It says Snapchat, D-pic, 5% battery. Gil, take over with your headlines here.
This is not headline news. A court has ruled that a will found in Aretha Franklin's couch is valid. They also said the package of Tasty Cake Crimpets it was wrapped around is still edible.
Oh.
Kris Jenner says she'll never retire. In other words, she can't wait to pimp out her great-grandchildren. PETA shamed Paris Hilton for buying a puppy from a breeder. But if shaming Paris Hilton worked, she would have disappeared long ago. Olivia Rodrigo says her biggest crush is Bruce Springsteen. Also crushing big time on Bruce Springsteen, his way too tight jeans. And Bill Cosby turns 86 today.
Wow. So
in his honor, everyone raise your glass, hold it up to the light, and look for any strange particulates. This is not headline news.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.